Hey guys, hi. We are TrustDrops. So we're building TrustDrops to basically help the DAOs to onboard members via airdrops. The problems with generally DAOs onboarding new users is there are a bunch of Sybil attacks going on. For example, we have recently seen Connect Network, Next Token faced a lot of Sybil attacks during the airdrops. A similar case happened with Arbitrum earlier, and many more, right? So generally when DAOs sort of airdrop, uh, it's exploited with a lot of Sybil attacks, right? So how do we functionally solve this problem? And additionally, a lot of people who receive these airdrops, they immediately go to the market and sell them instead of holding them or contributing to the DAO's growth. So we are basically looking at this problem. How do we make DAOs more engaging? How do we sort of build a toolkit for DAOs to onboard people easily, engage them, and make them collaborate with each other, so that the DAO as a community grows without the value leaving the community, right? So these are the problems we decided to address as a part of this project, TrustDrops, on this hackathon. So how are we doing this? So we're solving for Sybil attacks using ZK identity. Now ZK identity can be established in many means. So one way we used on this hackathon is Anon Aadhaar. So we are using Anon Aadhaar to sort of establish proof of personhood for every unique user. So essentially this makes anybody get their airdrop only once. So you basically gate the user based on their identity, which is Aadhaar, and then sort of give them a small airdrop based on that. So once they receive this airdrop, we built a algorithm called credibility staking, where for example you got 100 DAO tokens in airdrop. You use these DAO tokens to stake and vote on another address in the DAO. Essentially you use these DAO tokens to sort of make a stake dot and refer an address, and that brings them credibility. So how this works is, say you have 100 tokens that are airdropped to you. Use these 100 tokens as a stake and vote on somebody else. So it's quality code. So they get root of 100, which is 10 credibility points. Now you can be more smarter. What you can do is you can take these 100 tokens and then vote on 4 different friends. Then what happens is you're splitting it into 25 each. Like the 100 is split into 20 pools of 25. You stake 25 tokens on 4 different friends. So then what happens is you're essentially like root of 25 is 5. So now suddenly when you're distributing your vote between 4 different people, you're giving out 5 credibility points each. So totally you're giving out 20 credibility points. So that's the algorithm fundamentally, which users called. The idea here is if you use all your tokens to vote on a single person, you end up sort of giving them less representation in the community. While if you divide your stake and then vote on multiple people, you end up having a higher representation in the community, and people you represent get more rewards, right? So we use this concept. It's based on game theory to sort of enable people to stake on each other, and that also builds a viral loop into the product of, once you have some users who verified their ZK identity, got onto the platform with an airdrop, they have an incentive to sort of collaborate with other people on the community, or get more of their friends into the community, thus contributing to the community by staking their tokens and mining a little more rewards, right? So credibility staking is a very unique mechanism. I'm going to show you a demo of this as well. So to build this project, we used Anon Aadhaar as a ZK gate of identity. We used base. So we are applying for the track of how do we sort of make DAOs more discoverable and recruit new users to the DAOs on base, using Waku to sort of radiate all these events. We also sort of signal, we built a unique signal called a wink, right? If you want to collaborate with somebody in the real world, you basically wink at them, right? So how do you sort of digitally replicate the same thing on a Web3 experience? So which means that only the person you're winking at should see you, and nobody else should see you. So it has to be a private activity, and then you wink. So we're using Waku to sort of replicate this social act on this on this collaboration platform. So that's roughly the idea. And we are the team. I'll show you the demo right now. So this is the Anon Aadhaar implementation on our homepage. This is where we gate the user for their ZK identity. Once they sort of prove themselves of their unique proof of personhood by uploading their Aadhaar card, and we generate a ZK proof of it, then we sort of airdrop some tokens to them and then take them into the credibility staking mechanism we are speaking about. So let's just try this. Let me just try out Anon Aadhaar. I choose the Aadhaar card I already downloaded. Then I enter my password. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I request my Aadhaar proof. So this starts generating a proof for me on the browser, which will be submitted to the. Yeah, so we just like got the another proof over here. So I proved that I am a unique person to the blockchain. So this should take us inside into the app. So I click on something.
Basically, after getting the proofs, we submitted the proofs on chain, and then the verification happened.
Yeah, so I got my airdrop here. I got 100 DAO tokens as an airdrop, and I see this beautiful interface where I can participate in DAO activities to mine even more rewards. So let's see what this is. So this says credibility staking, boost your credibility and earn more rewards. Ask friends to stake their DAO tokens on your address. The more support you get, the better vote you score. So essentially you have to request your friends to vote on you for you to get credibility points. That's like a replica of real world credibility in some sense. You're asking your friends to recommend you, but with a real stake, with a token stake on you, right? So that way you get credibility points, and whatever tokens you have, you can also sort of give these votes to somebody else. And the best part here is the stakes translate into the votes on your friends using a quadratic algorithm. So basically, if I vote on somebody with 100 tokens, they get 10 votes, root of 100. But if I vote on 4 people with 25 each, they get 5 each. So the more I divide my tokens onto multiple people, the more influence I have on the network, and more people I'm letting more people mine rewards, right? So essentially what this means is every participant here is incentivized to sort of find as many people as trustworthy people as possible, so that he can vote on them, and maybe explore a collaboration where they can vote back on him, right? So that's the quadratic voting mechanism to sort of build your DAO and grow it and build viral loops around it while making your DAO successful. This is deployed on Base right now. Along with this, we have a beautiful live feed coming of what other people on the on this are doing, on the DAO are doing right now. So we have a feature called Wink. This is something to note. Because you can go to all the leaderboard and look at various people, and then you can wink at them. What wink means is, I just winked at somebody. So what wink means is, I'm basically signaling somebody, like saying hey, I would like to collaborate with you. Would you like to collaborate with me? So if he winks back, what that means is you can probably try staking some token on them, so they can sort of stake back on you. So that's how you sort of figure out collaborations in the network using small trust signals like this. So we call this TrustDrops because the whole design is about how do you sort of bring in trustworthy people using credential gates, then how do you sort of build trust within the community by collaboration, and how do you sort of let every DAO user onboard more trustworthy users to him right into the DAO. So we use Waku to sort of do our activity messaging and the winking, which is a unique piece of tech we built on this hackathon. So thanks a lot. We look forward to how the community uses our product.
Yes.
Yeah, see you guys. Thank you.